I have something serious to ask you. Do you like yogurts? Do you find them fascinating? Do they interest you in some strange way? Because someone I work with either really loves them or he's never seen one before. For some reason, as soon as I open my yogurt every morning on break, he stares at me. And you can guarantee he'll stare at me the entire time until I've eaten it, unless I make the point of making eye contact with him, because he knows, I know, that he's staring at me, watching me eat my food, and he fucking shouldn't be. I've never had a problem with anyone watching me eat my food before now, until I've worked where I'm working now. I've been here for like over 18 months, coming up 2 years. In the last year, I've noticed him staring at me when I'm eating, and now it really bothers me. It makes me really paranoid, and I don't know why. Because as far as I know, I eat food like everyone else. Alright, what's going on guys, it's your boy Holzo. So you're probably all wondering what that was. I was going to make an entire video on me ranting about work, but I decided against it. But I decided to leave that clip in because my brother went through the whole trouble of letting me throw yogurt all over him. And there's a fighter jet trying to blow me up. But anyway, without continuing the work rant, because I don't want to get into that right now. Friday night, we went to watch Suicide Squad. We drove like an hour and a half, probably longer, to go to the cinema that we love, that we always go to, because the one that we have one like that's like 10 minutes away from where we live, but it's garbage, so we always go to one that's like an hour and a half away. Drove all the way there. Film was due to start at 5 to 11 at night. We go in, I asked for 4 tickets to Suicide Squad because it was me, my girlfriend, my brother, and his friend, and they said not unless the two behind you can prove that they're 18. Hang on, Suicide Squad is 15, why do they need to prove that they're 18? Apparently they have this rule that if it's after 10:30, for any film you have to be 18 or older. So they obviously couldn't prove that they're 18 because they're not, they're both 16. We basically come to the conclusion that we weren't going to get in because me and my girlfriend weren't just going to go in and watch it and leave them two sat in the car or whatever, so we decided that we were going to go home because that was obviously the only option. But I remembered about another cinema about 15 minutes up the road that we had been to once a few years back when a similar occurrence happened. It wasn't because of age problems though, it was just because the film that we were expecting to watch wasn't actually being shown anymore, so we ended up going on further to this other cinema. Anyway, I remembered about that cinema and we checked on there if they were showing Suicide Squad, and they were showing it at 11:30 in 3D. So we decided we'd try our chances and go on to that place and see if we could, get in there, because at this point we were just expecting to go home, so we decided we'd try it because it's worth a shot. So we went there, went into the cinema. There's a young lad, actually he's the same age as me, because funnily enough we got onto the topic of age again, but I asked him for 4 tickets to Suicide Squad please. And he goes, yeah sure, have these guys got ID, meaning the two boys again? And I said, well I've got mine, but I don't know about them. Obviously they didn't because they're both 16 not 18, but they both checked their wallets to make it look like they would normally have ID. So this guy turns to my younger brother, who is 16, and asks what his date of birth is. So Jake, being Jake, comes out with the 19th of July, which is actually his birthday, 1993. That makes him older than me. There's no way he was going to get away with it. No way. The guy kind of laughed, said, how old are you? My brother says 21, which is completely wrong anyway. And this lad goes, well hold on, I was born in 93 and I'm 22. And I couldn't wrap my head around this whole thing because I was cringing that hard and I was that embarrassed. So I was just confused and I asked him, I was born in 93 and I'm 22, what's your point? And he was like, well, he's saying he was born in 93, but he's saying he was 21. Right. So I just kind of casually got my phone out my pocket. I was just randomly looking at anything I could possibly find on the internet because I was that embarrassed. Even though this was nothing to do with me, bearing in mind guys, this was all on my brother. He didn't have to come out with that, but he did. Then my brother just comes out of nowhere and says, well I am over 18. The cringe level just went from 10 to 10,000. I immediately thought he'd fucked it and we were definitely going home, and I was ready to go home at this point. I was ready to just accept defeat at this point and accept the fact that we were going home because I was cringing that hard. So next, this guy picks up the phone and rings his manager. I was like, wow, now we're fucked. We are fucked. So his manager comes down. He didn't seem very confident himself, so I don't really think he was ever going to stop us. But he kind of glanced across us all and said, so what's the problem, guys? Do some of you have ID or all of you not have it or what? I said, well, I've got mine, but he hasn't asked to see mine. My girlfriend said, I don't have any, but I'm old because she's 24. She's not old, but, you know, Jake and Ben basically said, we don't have ours. So this guy then started explaining about the whole how they have to do it because it's their job and part of the licensing and stuff, that if they don't believe someone is the correct age, they have to ask for ID, which is fair enough. And he then proceeded on to say, but if you're saying you're old enough, I'll take your word for it. Top lad. So my brother says, yeah, I'm old enough, and he says, okay then, enjoy the film. And we go in and we watch Suicide Squad. Awesome film. Don't listen to what the critics are saying, they're full of shit. This is why I don't never listen to the critics, because pretty much all the reviews about Suicide Squad have been bad. I never listen to those. If a movie, in my opinion, if a movie looks good to me from the trailer, I'll go and watch it. So that was literally the cringiest and most embarrassing moment of my entire life. And it wasn't even anything to do with me. It was all on my brother. But he made me feel like that much of a dick. I was cringing so hard, man. So hard. Through all the trailers at the beginning of the film, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So now my brother has a new nickname, Cringe93. Pretty catchy. Do you think it suits him? What do you think? Cringe93? Yeah, Cringe93. Smiling faces. Smiling faces. Someone has the name Paperclip 345. You know what? I'm not gonna even go there this time. So basically, yeah guys, I give Suicide Squad 10 out of 10. Don't listen to the bad reviews, that shit's BS. Just go watch it, judge for yourself. Like I said, 10 out of 10. Best film! I hope you all enjoyed, as always. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new. And let me know what you guys think about my new face cam. This is my actual scope cam that I use for my airsoft videos. I'm going to be doubling up on the use of it and probably using it for this as well, because the quality is so much better and I can do things like this. And yeah guys, I will see you next weekend with another brand new video. Peace out, people. 9999999.